What up, peeps? Welcome to today's vlog. I'm here at the game store. Abby's with me today. However, she left to go and get her acrylic nails taken off. They're like getting worn down and, you know, whatever. So she went to do that. She's also going to stop and grab some food on the way back. We've only had one trade-in so far, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that here in just a moment. And I also had a pretty cool idea that I wanted to just like let you guys know about. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but so August 18th will make it exactly 1 year for the, you know, opening Double Jump video games. And I thought that it would be really cool to go back and for an extra video around that time do like a, you know, 1 year so far best trade-ins at the store or something like that, because obviously we've filmed everything that's come into the store for the past year, so I thought it'd be cool to just go back and kind of like make a little montage of like the best things, like the most rare items and the coolest things that have come in, you know, not showing all the filler titles or whatever, but showing like the F1 pole position that came in, or, you know, the signs or the baseball, or just, you know, whatever else. The Rescue Rangers 2 that came in, the Gotcha Force, the Rule of Rose. I thought that would be kind of cool. So obviously it's still pretty far off, but I did want to let you know that you guys can look forward to seeing that in August. I'm excited for that. I also might have some more music-related videos coming up soon. I've had a couple people ask if like I'm done with music, and I don't know why anyone would think that. I haven't indicated that at all. I am the vocalist for a band called Monotheist. It's a progressive death metal band, for those who do not know. I used to be the drummer. I'm now the vocalist. We're recording our next full-length album this summer to be released on Prosthetic Records. And I am supposed to be going to record the single here pretty soon. And like in the next couple of weeks, actually. So I'm trying to get prepared to do that. I'm hoping to go record with my friend Cassidy. He's been setting up like a recording studio in his house. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if he's ready to like do it fully yet, so we'll see. But everything's coming up, you know. You guys will see it in the videos. So let's take a look at this trade. All right, so we have one of these Hori brand Pikachu Joy-Con things. These do not have like the motion control built in. We actually have some of these brand new. And I actually was going to lower the price as well. But there they are. I was going to lower the price to $19.99. They don't sell very well. I think he actually bought this one from us. But so we got that. And then Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom for PS3. Game I've never heard of. Looks cool though. Metroid Other M. Onimusha 2. Jack 2, River City Rival Showdown, Metal Gear Solid VR Missions, Final Fantasy VIII, and Blackfire for the Saturn. Then we have Jack 3 for PS2, Grim Grimoire, that's a cool one, Samurai Champloo Sidetracked, Wario Land Shake It, Wii Sports Resort, Zack and Wiki Quest for Barbados Treasure, Ninja Assault. This is one of the GunCon games. I know we have a few people who have bought GunCons from us who've been looking for games, so this is one of them if you're watching. Killer 7 for the GameCube. That's probably the best one in the whole lot here. Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. Little Big Planet 2. Little Big Planet Karting. Odama for the GameCube. And we do have microphones in case anyone's interested. Kingdom Hearts 2. Odin Sphere for PS2. And finally, Zone of the Enders for PS2. This is a fairly common game for the PS2, but I think that's honestly maybe the second copy we've ever had in the store. So, pretty cool stuff here. I'm happy with the trade. It's one of our regulars who traded the stuff in. He ended up taking cash over the credit. He is on a quest to beat every game that he owns, and he has over 1,000 games. It's crazy. So, he didn't beat these ones, at least from what I understand. And what he's trying to do is, because he had close to 200 games on his backlog list, because he's trying to beat every single one. So he had about 200 games that he had not beaten yet. He traded in some last week, and then he traded in these, so he's like slimming down what he still needs to play, basically. And his plan is to get it down to where he only has 5 to 10 games he has not beaten, and he's going to beat those games before buying any more. So he said right now he's down to having about 5 to 10 games per system, but he wants it to be 5 to 10 games total. So he has quite a bit more stuff that he may be bringing in. We'll see what happens. There's some cool stuff in here, and he brought in some cool stuff last time as well. So I wish him luck on his quest. Abby's back.
Hi.
So we got one other trade in. Let's take a look. All right, so we have Minecraft for 3DS, Pokemon Sun, Paper Mario Sticker Star, and the Alliance Alive. A couple disc-only games here. Legend of Legaia, I think we have a case for it. And Castlevania Symphony of the Night, we definitely do not have a case, unfortunately. And then we have Mega Man X Collection, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Rise of the Kasai, The Bard's Tale, The Mark of Kree, Onimusha Warlords, Final Fantasy X-2, Final Fantasy X, Bulletstorm Epic Edition, Metal Gear Rising Vengeance, Batman Arkham Asylum, God of War 3 Remastered, and a sealed Middle-earth Shadow of War. And then Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie, Castle of Illusion, Streets of Rage 2, and Gunstar Heroes for Genesis. Pretty good stuff. And then Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1 and 3 for Vita. These ones are cartridge only. Unfortunately, we do not have cases. We have like blank cases like this we can put them in, but we don't have the original cases, unfortunately. But this is some pretty cool stuff. The people that traded this in drove up here from Eugene, which is super cool. So, yeah, overall, pretty good stuff. Alright, so we got a couple more trades here to show you guys. This one comes from one of our regulars, David. So we have San Francisco Rush 2049, Namco Museum 64, Art of Fighting, and Uniracers. It's so funny about this one. Somebody has been looking for this game. They've been, coming in and calling for a couple months, waiting for this game to come in, and it never has. And so we finally ordered them one offline and had it shipped directly to their house for them, and then a week later we get one traded in. What are the chances? Also, Final Fantasy Echoes of Time, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, and then we have the Unemployed Ninja Izuna 2, and also the first one. Unfortunately, we don't have cases for any of these ones here. I already checked. We did have cases for a couple of them, so we were able to complete Yoshi's Island and also Mario Hoops. So those he traded in, cartridge only, and we completed them. And we also got SNK vs. Capcom Card Fighters DS. I know that there's like a bug or something in this game. So where it says -1 down here, I think, not positive, but I think that this one is the revised version. So this one is a little more rare. I have to double check. I'm not 100% positive. I know that there is a variation. I know that the fixed version is more rare, but I don't know if this USA-1 is that or not. I'd have to double check, but still fairly cool. And then Madden 17. This is still like a $20 game. And then the other trade, we have Final Fantasy 13, the Powerpuff Girls Relish Rampage, WWF WrestleMania, and Simpsons Bart Meets Radioactive Man. A disc-only Gauntlet. I haven't checked yet to see if we had a case for this. We don't. We have a Gauntlet Dark Legacy case, but no Seven Sorrows case. Alright, so no case for that one. Cars 2, Spider-Man 3, Supreme Commander. This is a game I'd never heard of. And we have Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego Batman 2. We will always buy the Lego games for PS3 or Xbox 360. No joke, these are probably the best-selling Xbox 360 games in our store because parents come in all the time and they're looking for games for their kids and they always ask if we have Lego games. So definitely took those. We also just got one other small trade here. We got the Dragon Quest IX Echoes of an Elusive Age Edition of Light. So this one was kind of weird. It looks like there was 2 different versions, or 3 different versions. There's the standard game, then there's the edition of Light, and then there's another edition of something else. and only the standard one and the other one came up on price charts. This edition of light version didn't. So I had to go to eBay sold listings, and it's selling for like 20 to 30-ish for an opened one, and then like 30 to 40 for a new one. So the guy that traded this in, he just left. He ended up taking Animal Crossing for the GameCube, and then the game that he was really wanting, that he called about first, was that Snowboard Kids that came in the other day, so he was very happy to get that one. So we have a couple more trade-ins to show you guys. Abby's back once again.
Yo.
So we got a Star Wars Battlefront 2 Elite Trooper Deluxe Edition. What a long, stupid title. For the Xbox One. That was one trade by itself. And then separately, we got this Call of Duty Xbox One system. Both cables. The controller, he said the original one that matched it broke, so he bought this as a replacement, but this is a really cool controller. It's got like these little rubber, like texturized things on it. I don't know, this is a really nice controller. So it came with that, and then he also had a charge kit for it, and then he said all his Xbox One games were digital, but he did have Knights of the Old Republic and Orange Box. So he reformatted the system before he came in, which if you guys are ever planning on trading in a system like a PS4, Xbox One, do not reformat it before you come in. He had to wait around for me to get the system set up. We had to connect it to the Wi-Fi, we had to do the updates, we had to do all this stuff. It took about 45 minutes. So if you guys are ever bringing in a system, not even to just our store, but to any store, I don't even think that GameStop will take them if you reset them, because it takes so long to get it set up.
GameStop's website, it says to like take any of the profiles off. Oh my god, my hair is wacky. It says to like not leave any payment information on there, but we've had so many people come to us saying like, oh, they wouldn't take my system because it's been reformatted. Like, so I don't know. They have like conflicting information. I
always just assumed they wouldn't take it if it's been reformatted, because it takes way too long to get it tested. Especially on like a Saturday when, you know, we're busy on a Saturday. I assume GameStop is also busy on a Saturday, so they don't have time to sit around and mess with an Xbox for an hour trying to test it. But if you do plan on ever bringing one, just make sure you don't reformat it. We reformat them all before we sell them, so you don't have to worry about like any of your info getting into another customer's hands. That was the reason the guy said he makes a habit of reformatting it himself, because he traded one into Game Crazy a long time ago, and I think it was like a PS3, and he said that whoever bought it from them like was using his profile because he had like downloaded games and he had stuff, so now he reformats it all before he trades it in. But just remember, if you're bringing one here, we will take care of that for you. Just make sure you leave it as is, so it's quick and easy for us to test it. Alright guys, so I had someone asking to see some of the glass cases in the store, so I haven't done this in a while, so I figured I would just film a little bit for you. These two cases here are all Nintendo 64. Anything that is stacked up like that is just duplicates of the same game. We keep 3 copies out, and then the rest are in the back stock. So I'm not gonna go through every single shelf and show you every single thing, but just give you kind of an idea of what's in here. And then right over here in this tall glass case, we have all of the disc-based games that are like 15 bucks or higher, and then all the handheld systems and stuff. We have Genesis up on top. There's some Saturn, some import Saturn stuff. GameCube. And then original Xbox and Master System. Sega CD, Wii, there's all the handhelds in front like I said. And some more stuff, PS1. You can see like all the different handhelds and stuff in the front. There's some long box games, Dreamcast and PS2. And then down here we have Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, and then Switch is right there in the front. And then over here, this first one, we have handheld stuff. Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Vita, loose Vita, on the top here. Then we have Game Boy Advance on the second shelf. It's actually getting pretty empty. We've sold a ton of games recently. DS and 3DS on the third shelf. And then the bottom are some consoles. Over here is Super Nintendo. So there's a few good ones in here. Some cool stuff. And then more on the middle shelf there. These are also things that are 15 bucks or up. And then on the bottom, those Wii's are kind of messed up, but we have loose Genesis that are more expensive. It's a Super Nintendo. And then more consoles down here, and then these top two are NES. So, once again, these are games that are 15 bucks or up. So, there's that. Rest of the Super Nintendo stuff is out here on this shelf, and also down there. GameCube is above that. Then on the other side of this big cabinet here, we have NES, and there's more over here. So those are pretty much all the cases. I mean, I guess this is a case here, this 20-foot long one, but these doors are always open. It's not locked up. This is all the cheaper stuff. Every game that's in this case is going to be $12.99 or cheaper. So having the big case like this and having the games split up like we do, it's really easy to just tell someone every game out here is $12.99 or cheaper. And that's a very simple way to just show people that, you know, there's some affordable stuff out here. And if they're looking for anything more expensive, it's going to be in the other cases. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed checking some stuff out. I only had one person ask more recently to see this kind of stuff, but I'm sure you guys enjoy either way. You got a lot of strategy guides down there, but there's probably 800 more at home in the garage. We'll bring them eventually. My eventual goal is to have them just go all the way across the bottom, because we have more than enough to do that right now. The only problem is, where are we going to put all this other stuff? We have all sorts of arcade sticks and like these little N64 cartridge holders and all our Skylanders, which there's a couple kids in here earlier digging through, so they kind of like knocked them all over and made it not look as good. But all this stuff needs somewhere to go, so until we kind of sell through some of this stuff, it's going to remain how it is. But eventually, there will be strategy guides going across the whole thing. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.